Let's see. Chat. Is it right here? Yeah. Why do women get into the adult porn industry? The dark side of the porn industry as well, right? Finna tap in. Oh shit! Wait, hold on. Right here, chat. Let's get it. Let's go.
I'm obviously quite naive to the whole porn industry or sex working industry. And so I kind of wanted to kind of dive in with you a little bit as well, even after hearing those first couple experiences that you had.
Your ready to leave said, "Yo, I'm a guy that wants marriage as well." Of course, man. Marriage is a thing that, again, as I told you, it's mostly requested by the female. The female is expected for dudes to marry and things of that nature. It's not a wish from us. We fuck with you. We fuck with you. We don't give a fuck about a paper. We don't need to. Yo, it's never been a bragging accomplishment for us to pull up on our friends and be like, "Yeah, I married her." No. That is mostly a female thing. To be like, yo, yeah, he married me. He got on one knee. He took me to this little special mountain, or he did it at this current moment in time, and then he did this, and he took the knee this way, and his knee was tilted at a 85-degree angle. Like, this is women. You feel me? But yeah.
It kind of, how are you presented with each adult film, and like how much control do you have to say like what you can or what you won't do before you sign on to the job? Who sort of gives you that, schedule per se?
So most girls getting into the industry at the time when I was in the industry, they had agents. It was just the thing that everyone did. And so the first agent that I had, he was very like, okay, you're going to do this, you're going to do this, you have shoots for these people. The industry is very, in a way, the girls are disposable, which you're told that when you come into the industry, like you're disposable. Our relationship
Excuse
with,
me?
yeah, they tell you that. And they say our relationship with,
Yo, listen to her chat. You're supposed to, really? Her in the background. Really? Nigga, yes. Yes. There's a million whores just like you. Yes, you're disposable. There's a million whores just like you. Yes, you're disposable. Oh, really? Yes.
Me?
yeah, they tell you that. And they say our relationship with the producers is more important. So the agent's goal is to get you to do as much as you can for as cheap as you can.
I'm very upset right now.
And also to be,
Explain.
How are you upset? This is regular. Like women, bro, they act oblivious when they want. Las Vegas, some places in LA, even in Chicago, nigga, there's multiple different states. These bitches popping that pussy for way less bread than an actual porn star. This is regular. It's called prostitution. You know what I'm saying? But again, in the modern day, when a girl's talking about give me a Chanel bag, this and that, and then I pop that pussy, that is modern day prostitution. When these bitches are actually trying to gain more, they hustling the nigga that's trying to pipe them down. They hustling. Back then, prostitutes was hustling. Now give me this type of money. This is my set payment, and you can crush me out, guard what you see me, post things of that nature. I'm speaking from the prostitute perspective, of course. I'm the biggest. But I'm just saying in general, like that was old-fashioned prostitution. Now it's like give me a bag, give me this, give me that, do this for me, do this, do that, and then I pop that pussy. That is modern day prostitution. My point is, this been going around. This been a thing. Yeah, you're replacing it. You are, because there's a million girls just like you that want to suck cock, gargle semen, and they're in line, and we're wasting our money, we're wasting our time, we're wasting our funds investing in you. So you are replaceable. You are. What's wrong with that? It's the facts.
No, keep
very,
going.
very pliable. So yes, you can say, oh, I don't want to do this, or, you can give demands like that, but you're then told that you're being bad. You're not going to be booked anymore because you're a diva. Say, like, you say, no, I don't want come on my face. Could you please do it somewhere else? Then
Chat. She's already doing the act. Chat. If she was fucking with a nigga and he pulled up to her crib and he piped her out, he was busting her face. Chat. How many times do you think a girl like this was already in a scenario when a nigga was busting her face, making her swallow semen, all types of shit. But it just wasn't on tape. Chat, you made it to you auditioning to be on this corn shit. Meaning you're willing, you done it all. If you were faced by something, you wouldn't even audition at all or pull up or try to be a porn star. So what do you mean? Are you pulling up? These are producers that film with already multiple Johns and men that were already doing that at the highest level. Don't pull up on me telling me you half invested. No. I don't already produce bitches that is 100% invested, that are allowing bukakis, cum shots, all types of shit. Bitch, you're replaceable. I could waste this production on you. I could waste this production that I'm doing on you on somebody else. So let me know, is you sucking cock as you drop on the semen, or you're replaceable? Nigga, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, believe it or not, even though this is like a degrading thing, like the porn industry, it's degrading as it gets. Although the film industry is degrading as it gets. And nobody, even the nigga that's behind the camera, should be proud that he's filming these girls getting destroyed on camera. Nobody should be proud of the channel. Do not support nothing corn related. But what I'm trying to tell you is, if you pull up, their time is valuable just as any other person's time is valuable. Their money is as valuable as any other person that is not involved in the adult film industry. Time is valuable and money is valuable. So of course you're replaceable. Of course, if you're not allowing semen in the face, bukakis, cum shots, of course niggas is gonna feel some type of way. Because the other people already allow that. They allowed it. So what are you talking about? You was pulling up here and talking about you might not even allow that. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck on my face? Move on to the next one that will allow it. It's common sense.
You would get rep.
You're already on camera getting degraded. What is a cum shot in your face any different than you already getting degraded on camera? This is the type of shit that get me frustrated, bro. Again, this is my first time watching this video, by the way. I had it there, but that's because I know who this bitch is. But come on, bro, this should get me frustrated.
Reprimanded and told that you probably wouldn't be booked again because that's what they want.
Were you living in a house with other girls at the time, or were you living on your own with your husband?
No. So me and my husband had broken up at this point, gone on a separation, and my first agent flew me to him and had me stay in his apartment in the room across from his, and I shared a bed with another girl.
My bad, the shit was on mute. But yeah, that's how I said, like, yo. I always told girls, like, yo, girls be like, yo, I got hoes. No. You don't got hoes. We're the hoe makers. We make you a hoe. Us, we make you a hoe. You're not the hoe maker. If you're a girl, you're talking about you have 5 hoes, 5 niggas in rotation are doing shit for you and piping you out, that is 5 penises. Your vagina to those niggas is just one body. But those 5 penises that you call your hoes, that is 5 penises inside of you. That is 5 bodies to you. So who's the hoe? A nigga that pipes out one bitch, or a bitch that gets piped out by 5 different penises? Who is the hoe? You do the math on that, nigga. If you a smart motherfucker, if you a smart female, hey, you come to the conclusion of the facts.
And then after that, I think I stayed there for a few months, and then he actually wouldn't let me move far away from him. He said, you have to stay in Woodland Hills, which is the area where most of the porn is shot, and had me get an apartment in the same building as him so he could watch what I was doing. And he also did not want me to have boyfriends, date, or do anything that wasn't work related. So
of course, because like, yo, you now become a product. Like, you're a product. You're no longer a human being. Call it what it is, bro. If y'all here on tape getting degraded to such a degree, you're no longer a human being. They're trying to protect the product. You might fuck with a nigga, condom might slip, he might get you pregnant. You fucking with a nigga, come to my sleep, he might give you a certain type of disease. Yeah, you're a product. You need to be the nigga's gonna take it, is gonna make sure that you ain't doing decisions that is gonna fuck up the money. The nigga's gonna make sure you ain't making decisions that's gonna fuck up the money, the money. Of course you're gonna be restricted from doing certain things. Of course it is a reasonable thing for a nigga that don't give a fuck about you, that is pimping you out to different BBCs. It's reasonable. He's a businessman. He's trying to make bread. Are you surprised? You don't want getting passed around. Why are you surprised?
It was very much controlled.
Yeah. And I think at that age as well, when you're wanting to sort of climb the ranks because you still have this idea of, if I get to a specific place, I'm going to get into, the girls next door, I'm going to get into that sort of arena of things. You probably fearful, I'm assuming, to speak up for yourself in an aspect. I mean, I know, like I said, I'm very naive to all this, so excuse me if I say the wrong thing, but I just want to say, I think many people, when they think of sex workers, they sometimes think that they can be groomed or they can have a pimp. And I want to know, have you experienced that? Do you know friends that have experienced that?
In the porn industry, so I will say it's a known thing that some agents are more pimp-like than others. So I had two agents.
Bro, they're all pimps. Bro, they're getting paid more than you're getting paid. They're pimps. Bro, some other pimps are no. You might run into a nigga that was straight up with you and you think he's a pimp. A nigga that told you straight up, like, yo, suck this cock so we can get paid for this shit. She'll view him as a pimp. But she wouldn't view a nigga a pimp when the nigga's smooth talking her. Yo, this man, telling her everything she wants to hear. But he's getting the same outcome as the nigga that is moving more ruthless with it and letting her know straight up what it is. Women are sensitive beings, and we love them for that. We love women for being sensitive. That's why we love women. That's why straight men love women, because they are sensitive beings. They are emotional beings. They show us they're like something else that we are not. They're the opposite of what we are. And we love that about women. So I'm not shaming women for being emotional, for being sensitive. I'm not at all. That's the reason that we love them. That's what makes them different from men. And it makes the reason why we love women. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, they're the same. Just because a nigga is talking nice to you and another nigga is telling you what straight up what it is, doesn't make another nigga a pimp, and it doesn't make another nigga not a pimp. They're still getting paid more than you. They're still watching you and documenting you get slutted out. They are still booking a cock to fuck you. It's the same thing as a pimp that has prostitutes in LA or Las Vegas, or it's the same thing.
Agents during my time in porn. The first one was what I just described, and he is known as one of the best agents in that industry, but it did not work for me. It took me a long time to stand up for myself and say, like, hey, I can't work with you. You're yelling and screaming at me. I want my freedom to live my life and date and be, a normal human who.
Girl, you left that life behind you once you decided to suck cock. And you can never be normal after that if niggas just do the Googles and find you. If niggas could do the Googles and find you, you is no longer just a regular civilian. You can no longer have a private and regular life. Niggas done seen your vagina being penetrated by a 10-inch cock. You can no longer live a regular life. I'm sorry. But you can't.
Doesn't just wake up every single day and go and shoot porn. So I actually quit. I left that agent, and then I came back, I think 4 months later, and I signed with a new agent, which was a much better fit for me.
She left the pimp and got with another pimp. It was better for her because the nigga was not yelling. Again, the nigga was getting the same results out of her, meaning she was getting on tape and getting crushed and sucking cock and gargling semen. The nigga got the same results out of her, but he just wasn't yelling and screaming and being demanding. It's the same thing. You shot scenes under the nigga that you shot scenes under the nigga that was screaming at you. You shot scenes under the nigga that wasn't. So it's the same thing. It's still a pimp. The nigga that is the agent still pimping you out, just telling you what you want to hear and being nicer to you and telling you things that you're more receptive to. But he's still a pimp. There's no difference.
And a more positive experience to work with. So I think it really depends on who you get aligned with, because my first experience with an agent was very bad. The second was all right, much better. But there are lots of bad agents out there, which I think is Pluto is one of the major issues with the industry as
Endorsing. This is what women do. Like, she knows this is a whore, but still laugh and be so respectful. And no, you're a whore, bro. The fuckers be hiding behind the bush behind this shit for?
well is
Come on.
just these 40-year-old men who have been in the industry for 20, 30 years, maybe longer. And they are very, very good at getting the girls to do exactly what they want through, I think, grooming. Because the second I got off the plane, it was, this is what the good sluts do. This is how you're going to be successful. The good girls do this. They don't complain. They
He's giving you the game. If you're already involving yourself in getting penetrated on film, meaning that you're going to lose that humanity. Like, you're going to lose that freedom to be a regular civilian. So your agent is letting you know that, yo, your life will never be the same. Basically, your life will never be the same if you try to like leave this shit and go back to what you already, like, these females, they sell the rights to the corn industries, whatever corn industry they attach to. Their rights is gone. They signed their rights away. Them videos will never come off. So it's on some shit like, yo, this is how you can be successful, because there's no looking back. Once you're degrading yourself on camera, you being in a relationship and being married and living happily ever after is no longer a thing. Because us men, as like the usual agents or the niggas that's filming, they're men. They know what pride is like. They know that if they catch a girl doing that, they're not wife for her. They know these things. They're men filming you. They're all men. Majority of the time, they're men. The agents, they're men. She just said that he was a man. So he's basically trying to let you know, like, yo, there's no going back to a regular life. So this is how you can grow. This is what you can do. He's giving you the game. He's not trying to degrade you. He's like, yo, you're already on this shit. You're already popping that pussy. This is how you can get better. Because there's no such thing as quitting and going back to living like a regular civilian that has not performed on footage that you have. That's all it is. The nigga's giving you the game. It's actually helping you. But this bitch, for some reason, she's talking about it like the nigga was trying to degrade her or shit on her or look down on her. No. I'm giving you the game. I'm letting you know what's going to come after this shit. Because you can never be a regular person after this. It's giving you the game. Like, she's out here shaming niggas for giving her the game.
do anal for $400. And that's the type of stuff that I was being told almost immediately. And so you feel like you have to do it because you're speaking so positively of these other girls that are doing things that aren't necessarily good for them.
Again, a victim. Again, these women, they signed the dotted lines, they signed the rights away, all types of shit, and they still got the audacity to blame other niggas for this shit.
You'll know definitely if you're hitting the G-spot because she'll move and react to that.
Yeah, it also feels spongy. So you kind of put your fingers in, it's a couple of inches up and you'll feel like a spongy texture. That's the G-spot.
And also when she says, I'm about to do not switch up on her.
Don't change.
Again, they be doing shit like this till shit goes left, and then they start sounding like this. Or like this. You feel me? So now, chat, should we touch on it? We already talked about Mia Khalifa. Should we save this shit? But y'all, we're gonna save this video right here for another stream. We're gonna save it for another stream. But again, we're already 2 hours, and I ain't gonna lie, y'all, we're doing like 3 hours today. Like around 8 o'clock, man, it's 6:40. I mean Eastern time. Chat. When I'm telling you that I gotta catch that Yankee game, the whole thing, pause. I have to. It's just, I gotta catch that Yankee game. But yeah. So should we break this one down? Break this one down. Fuck it, let's go.
Let's go through this step by step.
You get
How
second shot.
did a girl who was brought by her parents to the United States from Lebanon, your home country, schooled in the United States, clearly smart, went to university in Texas, read history. How did you get involved with the sex porn industry?
I don't think low self-esteem discriminates against anyone. It doesn't matter if you come from a great family or if you come from a not so great background. I struggled my entire childhood with weight, and I never felt attractive or worthy of male attention. And suddenly, my first year of college, I start losing all this weight from making small changes. And by the time I graduated, I was ready to make a bigger difference. I felt extremely self-conscious about my breasts because that was the first thing to go when I lost all the weight. I lost about 50 pounds. I don't know how many kilos that is, or stones.
Well, it's a considerable amount of weight.
Yeah.
It changed your body,
yeah.
it changed you physically.
Completely.
Clearly.
So my biggest insecurity was my breasts. So I wanted to more or less go back to what they normally were. And once I did that, I started garnering all of this attention from men, and I was never used to it. And I felt like unless I held on to it and kind of...
Chat, thus far, all I hear is a bunch of fucking excuses. A whole bunch of fucking excuses. Chat, when she was getting that bread, before she came to the realization, and she came back to reality, you think she gave a fuck what people thought? No, she didn't, because she dropped the first video and saw the comments and the feedback. And then she dropped another video of her getting BBC down. And then she saw the feedback, and she did the third video, and then she did the fourth video, then she did the fifth video, then she did the sixth video, then she did the seventh video, and she kept fucking going. So you cannot sympathize. A one-time thing, like a girl like Ash Cash, like we don't touch on this already, like on the same stream, but obviously we be breaking different topics down and putting it on the tube or whatever. But yeah, Ash Cash, she got exposed. She got exposed, and then she had to live with it. She was like, yo, you know what? Fuck it, it is what it is. She got exposed. But this bitch is willingly going back to it. Like Ash Cash was fucking with a nigga that she thought, like, yo, this is a nigga that I'm fucking with. And she got exposed. Girl like this, she was going back like a motherfucker. Willingly doing this shit. Standing on it. And all of a sudden, all this other bullshit. I'm gonna bring it back, Chad.
First year of college, I start losing all this weight from making small changes. And by the time I graduated, I was ready to make a bigger difference. I felt extremely self-conscious about my breasts because that was the first thing to go when I lost all the weight. I lost about 50 pounds. I don't know how many kilos that is, or stones.
Well, it's a considerable amount of weight.
Yeah.
It changed your
Oh,
body,
yeah.
it changed you physically.
Completely.
Clearly.
So my biggest insecurity was my breasts. So I wanted to more or less go back to what they normally were. And once I did that, I started garnering all of this attention from...
Again, these insecurities. Yo, chat, do you think your mom feel insecurities? With all due respect, like if you a nigga that's over 20, 24, 25, you think your grandmother feel insecurities? This wasn't a thing back then. This wasn't a thing. It's social media. When these bitches get on there, they start comparing themselves to other bitches. Especially bitches that got niggas giving them what they want, taking care of them, etc., etc. I need to be on that level so a nigga could find me and do that for me. Insecurities now is because of the socials, the internet. That's where the insecurities come from. These bitches were insecure back then. Do you see anything in the text on an article from New York article from fucking 1995 or 87 or 1963? Do you see anything of the sort? Women insecurities and all of that other nature. Like before niggas even got color on the TV. Do you see those such things? That wasn't even a thing. The word insecurity, nigga, that shit started being relevant, nigga, for like the past 15 years. But it's like, come on, my nigga. This wasn't a thing. It's because of the media, because of the footage seen on TV, things of that nature.
From men, and I was never used to it, and I felt like unless I held on to it and kind of did what was asked of me or what was expected of me, it would go away. And
chat, keep in mind, we like what? A minute and 28 seconds in. And this bitch has not taken accountability once. She mentioned men. She kind of like shifted it like, yo, the reason why I kind of went that route was because of men. I was never getting the attention from men. And I was doing shit that was eventually going to get me the attention from men. She has not taken accountability, not even once. Let's see if she does take accountability. This is a 7-minute video. 7 minutes and 11 seconds. Let's see if she takes accountability at least once.
after feeling what it was like, that validation and, you know, the compliments for the first time, I did not want that to go away.
You were spotted, I think, on a street. I mean, there you were a young graduate wanting to sort of find a job, and you were spotted on a street by a guy who said, I can work with you, and clearly he opened up and said, it's the porn business. What was it in you that from far from running away, was drawn into it?
It wasn't, that's not how it was. It wasn't just, hey, do you want to come do porn? It was more so, oh, you're beautiful. Like, would you like to do some modeling? Oh, you know, you have a great body. Like, I think you'd be great in nude modeling. Things like that. And after I came in toward the studio.
Your chat. How is that any different? Don't get it twisted. I know it's different wording. I know that. But yo, if you're a woman and you have a certain type of respect for yourself, you will not give in to certain things. If it's a nigga in the middle of the street, I don't know you're from a hole in the wall. Like, you need to be more second guessing the decisions that you make for a nigga that you never met. Because I'm guessing this was some shit like, yo, if he did say that, she is telling the truth. If he did say that, she done pulled up and on the first link, she done did nude pictures. Or she popped that pussy. Whatever the two she decided to do are still things that are questionable on her character, on who she is. You see what I'm saying?
You know, it was very respectable. It was a gorgeous location. It was in Miami, in Doral, Florida. It was clean. Everyone who worked there was nice. All of their cubicles were decorated with family photos. Like, it was nothing dodgy or that made me uncomfortable. And after the first time I went in wasn't the first time I filmed a porn movie. It was.
That you done like 40 scenes, and you over here got the face of confusion. You done 40 scenes plus. And you over here still looking confused. Stop playing with me. Don't try to deceive the audience. Don't try to deceive the chat. Don't try to deceive me. Don't do that. No.
The first time I filmed a porn movie. It was the second time. The first time was more so, do you want to do this? Like, sign the paperwork, et cetera, et cetera.
So these guys, they just saw you, frankly, as a money machine.
Absolutely.
Bro. Yo. As a man, and as among other men, amongst even my friends, I done been around, and when people ask my friends some shit, random strangers, like, yo, this and that. And then they start thinking like, okay, what I gotta do in return? What is it? Like, niggas know that there's no handouts. That's what I'm trying to say. There's no handouts out here. There's always something in the backhand or some shit going on. Men, we know that. We have to work for everything we got. We don't get to show our dick, like a dick pic, and get famous behind this shit. Females flashing 2 titties and all of a sudden, nigga, they blowing up behind this shit. Pause on the blow up. Pause. We don't got that type of luxury. You flash the penis, nigga, is regular. That's the penis. That's it. These bitches keep it pushing. It don't matter. Females that flash a titty, pretty face, that shit going on. Ash Cash was sucking cock. No different than another nigga. There's a trillion videos of bitches sucking cock. But Ash Cash is a pretty bitch. Tonight, the tap in is a little bit different. Niggas will tap in even more. And women got that type of power. They have that type of influence among society and the ability to gain revenue in certain ways that men are not allowed to. Not even allowed to, that we just can't do it at all. Because we're allowed to do these things, but we're not allowed to. We're not bringing in this certain type of revenue as dumb. You know what I'm saying? Which is my point. But yeah.
But you still had no advisors, you had no lawyer, you had no nothing. So
I was what 21-year-old has a lawyer on retainer?
Chat. 21-year-old chat. 21-year-olds are very knowledgeable. I was very knowledgeable when I was a 21-year-old. I know about the court systems, I know about attorneys, lawyers, everything. Mind you, I was a nigga that was violent, running through hoes, doing all types of shit. Nigga, very little I gave a fuck about education. And I was still aware. But it's not only about that. It's about her shifting blame, no accountability. It's all what it boils down to. Her shifting the blame, no accountability. Bro, they're asking you to be on tape, sucking cock and gargling semen, sign the documents. My nigga, it is more rules after that. It is you as a person. Somebody came up to me right now, yo, you can fuck 30 bitches, but you'll be on camera, we'll show your face and everything. I turn it down. And again, it's not even to prove my point. It's just I'm not that kind of nigga. My morals behind this shit. I'm not finna be on tape. If you say, yo, you can offer me this 15 bitches and they better than a motherfucker and I'm not on tape, yeah, I'm crushing all these hoes. Facts. Because I'm a man at the end of the day, nigga. I got the testosterone running through my body. There's something about putting it on tape. Just can't do it. Morals, dignity, and respect needs to be in play. Fuck the lawyers. Fuck the lawyers. There's a million other things that transpire before that. Moral, respect, your livelihood, how your life is going to change after this, how you're going to be living after this. A million things that you could think about before a fucking lawyer. A million reasons why you should say no and turn it down. So this is not a lawyer thing. The fuck out of here with that shit.
I'm just trying to get my head around how stressful this must have been, and whether even now, because you sit here so poised, and obviously a lot of time has passed and you've moved on, but...
Nigga, of course she's poised, nigga. Nigga, she done been on tape butt naked, nigga, getting pounded severely. Of course she's poised. Of course she's poised. This is regular. She done done over 40 plus scenes. It's a regular day in the office for her, nigga.
Do you think there is some sort of post-traumatic stress that is in you from this experience?
Yes, and I think it kicks in mostly when
Playing victim, typical woman, victim.
I go out in public, because the stares I get, I feel like people can see through my clothes, and it brings me deep shame. It makes me feel like I lost all right to my privacy, which I did, because I'm one Google search away.
Yeah.
And you signed the paperwork. I'm confused, chat. These are not like auto pens when you can falsify signatures. Nigga, I probably wasn't even a thing. What year was this when she did this interview? Nigga, 6 years ago. These are your choices. These are your decisions. This is all you. And you just said the first day wasn't the first day that you did it. Because I understand the first day you pull up and they peer pressure you, that is reasonable. I ain't gonna lie, sue, and try to get bread from it. That is wild. You cannot pressure a girl into having any type of sex. That is wild. That is grape. That is grape. You feel me? We do not support that on this channel, nigga. Can't make it up. We do not support such things. But you pulled up and they done told you what was up. Yo, do this, do that. And you said it at the beginning of the video. They done told you what was up. You decided to do it. You signed the paperwork on the second day. And you filmed the second day. It's all your words. Come on now. Take some accountability.
And those images you cannot expunge. You have no right, even though it is deeply personal to you, you have no right
at all
to
that's all
from
that's all
anybody's view around the world.
Yeah.
It is very hard.
It is.
And I'm just thinking, this isn't, I mean, this story.
Again, the ability for her to stay in character. This is dangerous amongst females, bro. The ability for her to stay in character. You should always be wary of your bitch, my nigga. I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm not comparing her to every other girl, bro, because I don't understand this is only like what? Certain percentage of the population that are kid. Again, bro, like be wary, bro. Be wary.
Is your story, but frankly, it's also the story of other porn actors and actresses.
I honestly started seeing that recently after the interview came out, and people started reaching out, and all of the emails go, my manager checks them, and when he gets
her manager, another pimp. Another pimp, bro. This bitch been pimped out. Nigga, check your own emails, bitch. My manager checks them. Yeah, another pimp.
Stuff like that, he filters them and sends them to me. And reading the words of some of these girls who have been sex trafficked and forced into porn, and all of these stories of girls whose lives have been ruined by it, and by men who have taken advantage of them, and by contracts that they did.
She said in the beginning of the video, the niggas don't broke it down to her on day one. What is she about to get into? So how is she being forced? How is anybody being forced when she done said, yo, they done broke it down to me the first day? The first day was not the first day that I shot a porn video. They done broke it down to me. The second day, she popped that pussy. So what is it, my nigga? Because you weren't forced, but why are you? See what I'm saying, chat?
Ruined by it, and by men who have taken advantage of them, and by contracts that they didn't even understand the jargon of. It makes me feel like maybe it was good that I started talking and that I posted this interview and that I'm speaking out now, because other people feel the same way. And even if they don't relate on as deep a level as, you know, doing porn, they can relate on the level of being insecure and being pressured into doing something they didn't want to do.
You were wearing the Islamic headscarf, often known as hijab. And
again, she was on the scene getting slutted out in the hijab. Hijab. Yeah, no offense to the culture, of course. Hijab. Hijab. She was out here getting slutted out in this. Like, bro, come on, bro. Like, you should know that they trying to do some type of malicious shit. Like, they're telling you, not only are they asking you to get slutted out, now get slutted out in this attire, and you not at one point see it as disrespect.
And of course, then it developed into a sort of a sex scene. You must have known how provocative that was.
I verbatim told them, you guys are going to get me killed.
But you still did it. See, you see what I'm saying, chat? You still did it. You could have said no and walked away scot-free. This is not like niggas got you kidnapped, tape on your mouth, and they got you tied up into the motherfucking wall, bro. Like, you can leave. You can walk away from this shit. And this is what confuses me the most. You can walk away from this shit. Again, typical female victim mentality.
And they said,
they just laughed.
Why didn't you then say?
Yeah, they're gonna laugh because it's like, yo, you here, bitch. We don't got scenes already. You're already here. They laughed. Of course they're gonna laugh. Because you can walk away at any moment. You're gonna get me killed. You should have said, yo, I'm not doing this. I'm getting out of here. Then it would have been serious. But if you said you're gonna get me killed, but you're not saying no. You're not saying I cannot do that. Then of course they're gonna laugh at you because you're saying that, but you're still here. You're still here. It's common fucking sense, bro. Of course I'm gonna laugh at you, you dumb bitch. Because you're still gonna do it. You're not saying no. You're still going to do it. Yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie, but that should be getting me mad, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Listen, because it's so logical, but again, this is like the difference between men and women, bro. And again, this is not shaming women at all. I'm not shaming women at all. But it's just like, yo, come on, bro. Come on.
Doing it.
Intimidation. I was scared.
But
I knew that if I said no, it would.
Every single time shit don't go a female way, intimidation. We're equal and all this other extra dumb shit, but now when it comes to the moment when she needs something beneficial or she needs to take advantage of the situation, all of a sudden, intimidation. I was scared. The typical female response when shit don't go her way, I was scared, intimidation. Yeah, I don't had a few things tell me like, yo, there was a nigga that I didn't really want to fuck. Then I ended up fucking him because, it was whatever. I said, well, why though? Intimidation. I was scared, so I just let that. All right, bro.
It would.
They're
not going to force you to do it.
Like you didn't pull up to his crib, or you didn't allow him to send an Uber to you, and you came, or like he didn't pick you up. Like you didn't have multiple chances of turning it down, or not even chilling with that person. But all of a sudden, all right, cool, whatever the fuck you say.
At that point, that's rape. No one's going to force you to have sex. But I was still scared. I mean, have you ever felt scared not scared, but nervous to speak up and say something at a restaurant when your food's not right and the waiter comes?
The chat. It's hard for me not to picture her without semen in her face. This like the only time I done seen her. Cause I ain't gonna lie, chat. I know who she is. I did my research of Week Relief. I still see her on the blogs multiple times. Like back then, like 4 or 5 years ago. I'm like, yo, the Googles, I'm like, oh, this is so hard. And I said, see me in her face, all types of shit. But oh, this is who she is. This is probably the most calm I ever seen her. Like in regards of like her face. You always had either semen, either saliva, sweat. It's the cleanest the face I ever been. Like what I've seen.
Vine says, how is everything? I was intimidated. I was nervous.
we interview a lot of people, and many of them are middle-aged or
It's a
older.
legendary
It's great
stream,
to
I
have
ain't gonna
somebody in
lie.
the studio
I'm
who's
on the
only
roll.
26 years old. There is a school of thought which says that our culture as a whole, I'm not just talking about the United States or the UK, but many, many countries, is being pornified, and that young people in particular are so exposed to pornography, so young in their lives, that it's materially changing the way males and females relate to each other, the way they think about relationships.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Yo, chat, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna make a confession. Because I was raised the right way. I had a mom and I had 2 sisters. Yo, chat, when I am telling you that I didn't even know what sex even was. I didn't even know how kids were even born. I didn't know the whole spill till I was like 14. I ain't even gonna lie. Then when my cock started getting hard, I was, that's how it is. And then at 16, I was fucking hoes. And then I was like 13, 14 years old when I started finding out what. But nowadays, a kid is like 7, 8, 9, and he already knows. He already knows what's going on. And it should not be like that. It should not be like that. I was 14 years old finding out how I was really born. Nowadays, a 10-year-old kid already knows what anal is. He already knows what a bukkake is. He knows all of that shit. Nigga, I was like fucking 22 years old when I found out what a bukkake was, bro. 22 years old when I found out that, all these other names that they got for certain type of sexual acts. It took me a minute. That's because I was raised in a way where I was not exposed to this type of information. But nowadays, the information is just out there to the point it's like, yo, bro, you finna know what the fuck it is. Like, it is insane, bro. I don't think this is good at all, bro. At all. Like, it's never been good. I never agree with this type of shit because I know I'm finna have kids. Now they probably finna be 5, and because I want kids eventually, of course. They finna be 5, and they finna know what the fuck this shit going on. You can't avoid this shit, my nigga. at all.
in a potentially very corrosive, damaging way. What's your take on that?
Of course it affects relationships. Porn addiction is very prevalent in America, and I'm sure.
And again, we done already dissected a video when she was talking about she's been divorced 3 to 4 times, and that she got to pick and telling the females like, yo, make sure that you don't stand for this, and that, and be happy. And bitch, come on, you just admitting right now that it affects your relationship. But now on the other video, you was talking about like, yo, it don't really matter. Come on, stop playing with me,
Here
bro.
too.
Contradicting herself.
The things that men see in videos, they expect from the women in their lives, and that's just not reality. No one is going to be that perfect. No one is going to do those acts on a Wednesday night with the person they love.
Yeah, but you're on tape doing it, bro. Like I understand that you was an audience member in full commentary, but you are indulging in these acts. You have no like your opinion, your word, your verbiage don't matter on the matter, bro. See what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, chat. Let's move on to the next topic. I know we already done touched on pretty much every topic, but we finna just go over here right here.